Hello, thanks for requesting a quote and clicking on this video. Now before we get started, keep in mind this presentation is only an example. The information provided does not represent the coverages on your quote. However, I'm going to share with you what those coverages actually mean on your quote. So first, let's start with A, dwelling. This is basically the cost to rebuild your house. Now there's a difference between retail costs and reconstruction costs. The insurance company will go by the reconstruction cost. That's the cost to rebuild your home stick by stick. Now, if the rebuild cost is less than the loan amount, we can always add extended replacement coverage. So don't fear, we can easily take care of that if that becomes an issue. So next, let's go to other structures. This is any property that is not attached to the house, like a storage shed, a fence, a swing set, or a detached garage. Pretty self-explanatory here. Next, we have personal property. This is anything that you put into the house. This could be your clothes, your furniture, and appliances. Again, this is very self-explanatory. Now next is loss of use. Now this is for any additional living expenses if your house becomes uninhabitable based on a fire or storm. For example, if there were a kitchen fire or your house was to burn down, the insurance company will provide money for you and your family to have a place to stay, either an apartment or a hotel. Now, until your property is habitable again, either by rebuilding the property or by completing any repairs. So next, let's go down to personal liability. This is for any major injury that happens to someone on your property. For example, someone comes to your property and they slip on ice and injure themselves really bad. Then the injured person decides to seek compensation for their medical bills. Personal liability will be used to pay the injured party's personal medical bills and take care of that. Now, there could be a time where there's a discrepancy there and litigation is needed. This is when the money can be used to defend you if the situation warrants litigation. Next, we have medical payments to others. This is a smaller version of liability coverage, except it is for minor injuries to someone on your property. In most cases, this coverage is used for immediate urgent care visits. For example, if a guest was bitten by a dog or cut themselves somehow, then this coverage would be used to receive immediate medical attention. Again, primarily for minor injuries. Next, we have water backup and overflow. This is an optional coverage. This coverage will cover property damage to drywall, flooring, or any furniture. Now, this coverage is essential for homes with basements and for any home for that matter. I normally add this as a standard coverage since water backup is very common in this area. Now next, you have deductibles. Deductibles for most home policies start at $1,000. There's a difference with wind and hail being a higher deductible because the insurance company considers wind and hail a greater risk factor. Okay, so now we've covered that. Let's move over to, let's talk about the insurance process when buying a home. Now, first, you need to notify me via phone, text, or email that you accept the policy. I would then request the mortgagee clause and the loan number from the loan officer. In the right-hand corner, I have provided an example of what the mortgagee information would look like. Now, once I receive this information, I will create the evidence of insurance and submit that paperwork back over to the loan officer or the mortgage processor. Now, if the property is escrowed, the home insurance will be paid at the closing with nothing out of pocket to you, the client. However, then if the home mortgage is not escrowed, then the payment will be made by the client. In the end, I handle all the paperwork. Now, this concludes all the basic home coverage information. I appreciate your time. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. And for more informative videos, please go to my YouTube page at J. Hines Agency. Again, thanks for listening. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach back out. Thank you.